This is Mike from leftwinglock.com, and I want to take a few minutes to go through some of the details about our 2016 Fantasy Hockey Draft Kit. So if you order this draft kit from our website, what's going to happen is you're going to enter your scoring details for your league into our draft kit portal. Our team will then take those scoring settings, we'll combine them with our team projections and player projections to produce customized player ranks specific to your draft. And so you'll get 3 documents when you get this draft kit. The first document you'll get is a PDF file that contains all of our strategy, advice, and analysis. And so this thing is 400 pages long, and I just want to go through maybe just a quick handful of pages just so you can get a feel for what this document is like. So you'll download the kit. This PDF file will start off with kind of just some interesting little fantasy nuggets. We like to go through and do our 101 things you should know about this year's fantasy hockey season. Next up, we have a fantasy hockey draft pick value chart. And so if you are involved in any kind of league where you're going to be trading draft picks, we have determined a way of assigning a value to every pick in your draft to help you better understand how to trade them. If you're in an auction draft, we have some pretty cool calculations in this draft kit that determine how much money you should spend on every NHL player specific to your scoring settings and your auction settings. We do a huge breakdown of the NHL schedule with back-to-backs, and more importantly, one of the things we're doing this season is looking at which NHL teams have more rested games and more tired games. It's a really interesting chapter, and I think it's going to be very valuable to your drafting this season. Our injury section gets updated multiple times a week anytime there's new news out there, and so here's some information on Tyler Seguin, going back to his Achilles tendon injury in March, but walking you through even his recent MRI results in late September. We use something called individual points percentage to analyze fantasy hockey players, and one of the ones we did last season, which was a big hit, was predicting that Yuri Hudler would have a massive drop in his fantasy production for the 2015-2016 season. One of the other things we do is we look at 8 years of NHL data to determine which fantasy hockey stats are the most repeatable. And if a stat is repeatable, that means it can be projected with accuracy. And so as an example here, if you look at hits data for NHL players, what we have along the x-axis here is their data in hits from one particular season. And then along the y-axis is their data in the season just after that. And as you can see, over the span of 8 years, there's a very strong correlation for that data. And that means you can rely on our projections for hits in our draft kit. One of the statistics that's very hard to project is the plus-minus statistic. But one of the things we've done this year is come up with a new method that allows you to determine which players will see the biggest changes in their plus-minus values for the coming season. This is a chapter you do not want to miss if you're using plus-minus in your league. We adapted some already existing charts out there to combine what we call player possession and luck charts all into one chart so you can analyze an NHL team and determine whether or not they were getting lucky the last season, and that can be good luck or bad luck, and whether or not they were a good or poor puck possession team. And so one of the examples that we go through in our draft kit here is looking at the New York Rangers, who ended up being the luckiest team in the league last year, both at even strength shooting percentage and even strength save percentage. Combining that with the fact that they were a weak possession team, we're projecting the New York Rangers to see a huge drop in the standings this year and maybe even falling out of playoff contention. And then finally, another example of a chapter here. Again, this is a 400-page document, so we're just summarizing a few things here, is our team chapters. And so we do a team overview. We break down their schedule on a daily basis. We discuss player movement throughout the past 12 months, give you a projected lineup. And again, this lineup gets updated every time there's new information about the team throughout the preseason. Give you some key projections. And then we like to use our player usage charts to let you know how the players were being used in the past season. And then finally, something new to the draft kits this year, we look at every team's overtime units and how often they were used by that team. Okay, so that's the PDF file, and again, that's just scratching the surface. This is a 400-page massive document. What I want to do now, though, is move on to the spreadsheets. And so first up, we're going to look at the Skater spreadsheet. Now, I'm only showing you one player here, Alex Ovechkin, but it will help you understand how these spreadsheets work. So now again, you've already put in your scoring settings into our system. We used that data with our projections to provide you with player ranks. For this particular client's draft kit, we found that Alex Ovechkin would be the #1 overall ranked skater. And so let's just go through this spreadsheet real quick so you understand what you're getting. In sort of this pink color here, you're getting kind of what I would call biographical data about the skaters. You'll get their rank in our Left Wing Lock system. You'll get the player name, what team they're on, the NHL assigned position. So the NHL considers Alex Ovechkin to be a right wing. In Yahoo, he's actually considered a left wing this season. And then finally, we tell you how old this player is on day 1 of the fantasy hockey season. In green, you'll find some interesting data on average draft position, auction values, and ownership values. And you'll get those for the Yahoo system and the ESPN system. These get updated nightly in your spreadsheet. In sort of this pale yellow color here, we give you some key data from last season, and that includes a breakdown of the player's time on ice, even strength, penalty kill, power play, and total. We tell you how many shifts per game that player was getting last season. And finally, we tell you their shooting percentage last season. In blue, we give you some key career data. And so right next to last year's shooting percentage, you can compare their career number to see if there was a huge disparity. You get some goals, assists, points, and shots on goal data. Now this is career data broken down on a per 82 game basis. In red, you'll see the 3-year averages for this same player. And here we have games played to see if the player's been injured a lot, goals, assists, points, hits, block shots, face-off wins, shorthanded goals, shorthanded assists. Finally, in purple, you'll see all of the projected stats for this player. Even if you're not using those particular stats in your league, it's nice just to have this data in one spreadsheet. You'll get projections for goals, assists, points, shots on goal, hits, block shots, face-off wins, penalty minutes, power play goals, power play assists, power play points, and a projected average time on ice for this player. Now remember, even though we're giving you all of these projections, the only ones we use to create your player ranks are the ones that you enter into our draft kit portal. So that's the Skater spreadsheet. And again, this would be populated with, 500 to 600 NHL players. Our second spreadsheet is the goalie spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet works very much like the Skater spreadsheet. You'll get a rank in the Left Wing Lock system. So here Carey Price is the 4th best overall goalie in the Left Wing Lock ranking system. But again, this is for one of our clients' very specific scoring system. Your numbers will differ depending on what categories you enter into our system. Again, in green, you'll get the average draft position, auction, ownership. In pale yellow, you'll get some key stats from last season, and here we break down the save percentage into 5-on-5 hockey, penalty kill hockey, and power play hockey. In blue, you'll get some career numbers for Carey Price. In red, you'll find his 3-year averages, and so that's game starts, wins, saves, goals against average, save percentage, even strength save percentage, penalty kill save percentage, shutouts, and then 3-year time on ice. Some of these are averages, some of these are actually totals. And in purple, you'll find the projections for all of the goalies in the NHL. And we project games started, wins, losses, overtime losses, shots against, saves, goals against average, save percentage, and shutouts. Key here, especially with Carey Price, this projected game start data, this always comes from research we've done using team sources or media sources. And right now, the prevailing knowledge on Carey Price is that they have come out and said they want him to start closer to 60 games as opposed to closer to 70 games. And so we feel our estimate of 62 games is right on target. So those are the spreadsheets you'll get. Now, once again, this whole process starts like this. You go to the leftwinglock.com website. You're probably already here since you're watching this video. You purchase the draft kit through PayPal, although you don't need a PayPal account to process the transaction. You'll set up an account at LeftWingLock, enter your scoring details. We'll use that data to create these spreadsheets for you, which will include your customized rankings specific to your scoring settings. If you act now, you can get 3 of these draft kits for 3 different leagues that you're in, all for the price of 1 draft kit. There's no better option on the market for this kind of customized spreadsheet, and we want it in your hands today.